Hello, welcome back. DJ Vic Vapor with you, Serum Beginners Course. So in this lesson, we're going to take a look at the sub and noise oscillators. So first the sub. Let's turn this guy on. You turn it on right here, activate it. You've got different wave shapes to select throughout here. And we can hear, let me turn oscillator A off so you can hear, of course, you're going to get a nice subby sound. Can change the octave up or down. I think with a sub, you usually want to have it at least an octave, one or two octaves down from whatever octaves your original oscillator is using. You can hear, I don't know if that comes over through on like a laptop, but studio speakers and headphones, you can hear just how deep that can get. You can pan left or right, but again, because you're dealing with sub-material, I would think that general rule of thumb here would be to keep it right down the center. You can adjust the level. And let's see. Oh yeah, one really cool feature I love about Serum with the sub is it has a direct out button. So what that's going to do is it's going to allow the sub signal or sub information to go directly out, and it will pass the filter and it will pass any effects sections that it might be affecting the oscillators that you're using. So let's kind of look at an example of that. Let's turn on oscillator A. Let's get something different here. So right now the sub and oscillator A are working together. Let's turn on the filter. And they're both being affected by the filter over here. Let me put a little movement on that so we can listen to it. So the sub and the oscillator A are both being affected. Their signals are both being affected by the filter. But if we hit direct out, only oscillator A is now being affected by the filter, and the sub signal is going directly, it's bypassing that essentially. So it's only oscillator A being affected there. The sub is unaffected. And the same goes for effects. So let's say we have a delay set. And go back. If I turn this off, the sub is going to be affected by the delay and the filter. You can hear that delay happening now. Let's exaggerate it a little bit. I let off the key. But if we hit direct out, the sub is going direct out. It's bypassing the filter and the effects. Now you only hear oscillator A being affected by the delay and by the filter. Hear how the sub signal, when I let off the key, stops immediately, but the oscillator A signal goes ahead and delays out. So direct out, a really cool feature on the sub oscillator. Let's go down and take a look at the noise oscillator. Turn off some of these guys so we don't have any weird things going on here. Alright, so the noise oscillator can actually act like a fourth oscillator in some sense, depending on where you pick, but it's wavetable based, so you've got some presets and different wavetables to pick from here. So let's take a look at some pink noise. Turn off oscillator A, and get the level down. So you've got some pink noise. You can adjust the phase. You can adjust the random. Maybe try white noise instead. Now the phase is randomly jumping around there. So you've got pitch. You can adjust the pitch. Pan. course, our level. So let me go back to pink noise for an example of what these guys, this guy right here, actually, I'm going to go to an attack. So we've got an attack sound, kick attack sound. You hear it looping over and over. Well, that might not be the best case scenario. If you just want to add attack to a sound, you just want it on the front side of the sound. In that case, you want to click this guy right here. It's going to prevent it from looping and just kind of play it as a one shot. Hear that? Just hear it at the front. Let me turn up the level a little bit. Just hear it right when I first hit the key, and then it fades out. So it's a nice way to add attack right up to a front of a sound. This guy right here, let me go back to pink noise. This is going to allow the sound to be basically, it's going to follow the keyboard from low to high. It's going to key track basically. So if I hit low, we get a low sound on the noise. I hit high, we get a high sound. So it key tracks, which is a really nice effect to have available, because if you want to add, if you have, you know, different keys throughout your project, you don't necessarily want the same pink noise following it. It'd be nice to have it follow and key track with your different elements. Even make an interesting sweep sound out of that. Turn down the phase, turn down the random. Let's look at using the noise oscillator as a fourth oscillator in some sense. If you come over here and just go ahead and leave key tracking on and leave all this on, you can hear some really good sounds and some of the other features they have, like in the organic section here. So see how that, it's got some really nice cool effects there, and by leaving the key tracking on, you can actually use this as a fourth oscillator. Let's hear what else is in this section. Try some of the Atmos. I think they come out a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. You get a better idea what I'm talking about. So that is the sub oscillator and noise oscillator in Serum. Let's move on to the next lesson and take a look at some filter module settings over here at the filter.